It's every pet owner's worst nightmare, losing your dog. Whether they've escaped out of a back gate, maybe they've been startled by thunder on a walk, or even high-profile cases like Cooper, the WestJet dog, who escaped airport staff and ran away. As a firefighter, I've been in motor vehicle collisions where a dog has been in the vehicle and they weren't appropriately restrained, and after the collision, they ran away because it was so terrifying for them. In response to that, we've put together a list of 5 things you can do to prepare for a lost dog emergency. I'm Ken Steep, and welcome back to McCann Dogs. Welcome back to McCann Dogs, where every single week we publish new videos to help you enrich your dog's life and to help your dog become a well-behaved, 4-legged family member. Now, the first thing we want to make sure we do to prepare for the event of a lost dog is to have a checklist ready. The last thing you want to be doing if your dog goes missing is looking up search ideas or Googling a strategy of some kind. So it's really important that you have a checklist in place that includes things like the information you're going to share on social media, as well as maybe contact information for local search groups and local shelters, as well as contact information for any local veterinary clinics that you're going to distribute your information to. The next thing you want to be sure of is that your dog has multiple forms of identification. Now, the old tried and true method of a collar and a tag is really a great one. And on that tag, you want to have your dog's name, your home address, and a contact number. Make sure it's your cell phone number, because if your dog does go missing, the last thing you want to be doing is waiting at home by the phone. You're likely going to want to be out there and searching. So make sure your cell phone number is the number to contact on that tag. Microchips are a wise investment, but the reality is that your dog needs to be found by an organization who has a scanner. And while most countries have standardized the type of technology that the microchips are using, in the US there's actually 3 types of proprietary microchip technology. So your dog may be found by an organization who has a scanner, but it isn't necessarily the same kind of scanner to read your dog's microchip. The other thing is that your dog needs to be registered in a database, and a lot of the veterinarians in shelters will immediately register your dog, but sometimes the veterinarian leaves it up to the pet owner, and without you uploading that information to some kind of registry, a microchip is essentially useless. Now, I can't stress this enough, but it's really important to be prepared. With good preparedness, you're able to maximize that initial search. You want to have things ready like the dog's height, weight, any distinct markings, any medication if that's something that may be applicable, or pertinent information. They may help you expedite the return of your dog. And when I talk about photos, we all have a million photos of our dogs as dog owners, probably from our Instagram account, but you really want to make sure that if your dog has a unique marking on their side, that you take a good picture of that the pictures are well lit, and that they're readily available. I talked about it earlier, but make sure in that checklist that you have all of those things ready to go at a moment's notice. Have a list of reference materials ready. Maybe research how to do a grid search, for example, and have that listed on your reference materials. A grid search is a pretty effective way, if you have enough resources, to really clear an area or track down a dog if you have some idea of where they might be. Maybe you've used a tracking collar or one of those little little tags that go on your pet's collar. Have the instructions for those so you really clearly know how to use it. Now, I have no experience with them. My initial concern would be that I need to be in such close proximity that it may not be helpful, but I could be totally wrong. If you've used them or know much about them, let us know in the comments below, because I'm really interested in that technology. On your list of reference materials, maybe you have a contact that you can use a live trap, or you can contact media or a local radio station or television station. Have those things listed as reference materials that will really expedite getting the word out. Now, I know it may seem strange, but make sure you have your lost dog poster ready ahead of time. The last thing you want to be doing is sitting at home on your computer trying to put together the right pictures and the right information when you know that your dog could be just a couple of kilometers away. So make sure you put things like the dog's home address, your name, your cell phone number, as we mentioned earlier, because you want to be out there and searching. And that way you can distribute it to your friends, share it to those social media sites, and get out there and searching immediately. Use Facebook and websites to your advantage. Now, there's lots of free site hosting programs out there if you don't have a Facebook, but I feel like Facebook is probably the easiest way to get the word out in terms of using the internet. If you create that lost dog group, it's an easy way to share it. It's also really helpful that people can join the group and say, listen, I've searched this intersection, or I've been through these farm fields and didn't find anything. It really helps you narrow down your search in a hurry. And again, with the free website hosting services, if you don't have a Facebook, absolutely be ready to post that lost dog information to that free website hosting service and share it through email. Now, we've been talking about how to prepare for a lost dog emergency, and using these tips will greatly increase your efficiency in the first few hours following losing your dog. Have you had a lost dog emergency? Have you helped someone find their dog, a friend or family member? Do you have any tips that you can share with us? And if you do, we'd love to see them in the comments below. Now, if this is your first time with us, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We publish new videos every single week that help you enrich your dog's life and help your dog become a well-behaved four-legged family member. And if you've got a family member or a friend who's a dog owner, make sure you share this video with them because it's really important that you do the work ahead of time before the dog is lost. Now, on that note, I'm going to wish you guys happy training. I'm Ken Steep. Bye for now.